Welcome back, everybody. I'm dragging a little bit this morning, so I decided to get a caffeinated beverage. One of the things that you could do that would really perk me up is if you have watched this many videos and not subscribed, shame on you. Please subscribe. It means a lot to me. Hit the little bell for notifications. I'm building this channel and trying to provide good content, so it would seriously help me out if you would like the videos and comment on the videos and subscribe to the page and share the course with other people. Anyway, with that commercial out of the way, we are going to look at what it would take to actually make this transaction happen. So as a programmer, it is your job to pay attention to what's going in the database. You have to assume that the people using your software are not going to be doing it right. They're not going to pay attention. They're going to scan an RFID tag here when they should have scanned it here and all that stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our time and we're going to go through and figure out what needs to happen to make this transaction work. So the first thing is you absolutely want to make sure that the person has enough money in their account to cover this transaction. So we're going to be taking our time and we're going to go through how to do that. So first thing we want to do, we have, we're going to just go ahead and assign variables to the amount equals input get amount. All right. And then we're going to do RFID equals input get RFID. We're going to use these several times, so we're going to assign them as variables. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to see, does this student exist? So we are going to do, I like to write my queries in this way, and hopefully it'll kind of rub off on you as you try to be consistent with this stuff. So when I'm trying to do a check like this, I will write student Q for query equals DB query. So go to the database and ask it, select star from students where, and then what are we searching by? We got the RFID, so we have to search by RFID, where RFID equals question mark, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to put the variable RFID. Now, that's going to be a statement in and of itself, because what we're going to do is the next thing we want to know is, did we actually find a student? So we're going to say student C equals student Q count. So we did this count thing once before, but we didn't do it like this. So when we made this query, we assigned it to this variable student Q. So what we're trying to do right now is we're saying we're going to make a new variable called student C for count, and we want to know how many results there are in the count. And so how many did we find the student, basically. So at this point, we can write our first if statement, and we're going to write a bunch of if statements because we want to do a lot of checks. We want to be absolutely sure that this is right. So we could be doing this stuff in functions and all that, but for now we're going to do it right here and just and make it really basic. So we're going to say if student C is greater than 0. Again, there should never be 2, but just in case, we're going to check to see if there's at least more than 0 of them. Then what we want to do is do student, so we found the student basically, equals student Q first. Okay, so what this is telling us is go into the database, find the student with this RFID, see how many there are. If one exists, get it and assign it to student. And then we're going to say else, and then we're just going to say, let's do this. Let's do error not found. Let's do it like this way. No sale. So if you look through our logic, it's going to get a little complicated, and we can simplify it in the future, but I kind of want you to just step through the whole thing. So we have this thing, the student was found, we're going to get the student. If they're not found, then we're going to mark that there's an error. So what we mainly care about is if the student was found. So we're going to come through here and we're going to do some more logic. So basically what we want to know is, does the student have the amount of money to make this transaction happen? So let's just start for a second. We're going to dump student right here. So we're going to try to make a purchase for 0.01, and then I'm going to scan this RFID tag, and we're going to see that this is Jenny James, and she has a balance of $100, so she's good to go. And then if we were to do this one, 0.01, and we scan this guy, scan that guy, then we'll see that this person has a balance of $1, and they would still be good to go. So what we're going to do is, the next thing we want to know is the balance in their account more than what they're trying to buy, or at least equal to what they're trying to buy. So we're going to say this: if student balance, okay, so if student balance is greater than or equal to the amount, we're just going to say echo yes, else echo no. Okay, like this. So now we're going to do another one, 0.01, and we're going to grab the tag and we're going to scan it, and yes, they have the money to do that. Now, before we get too far, one of the things that could happen is the person could come in here, and we can't really stop them at this point from doing something like that. That would be weird. And so what we're going to do is we are going to come in here and do this. We're going to do, if you come in the PHP manual, we're going to come in here and we are going to look at number format. And you can see that basically there's a way to take this number that looks like this and round it so that it only has 2 decimal places. So we're going to take this right here, and I'm going to copy this from the PHP documentation, and we're going to say amount equals number format amount. So what we've done is we had amount as whatever this number is, and in fact we'll go ahead and dump amount again. What we've done is, if I come in here and confirm this, you'll see that it went from that long number to 2 decimal places. So that's a good place for us to stop right now. But basically what we're doing is we are doing everything in our power to make sure that we get valid amounts that we're dealing with in the sale confirmation.